Are you thinking about moving to Tampa, but you want to be slap in the middle of everything? The airport, downtown, South Tampa, luxury shopping, restaurants, the stadium, and even the beaches? Then you need to consider Westshore. And the location is hard to beat. You're about 2 to 5 miles from Tampa International Airport, depending on where you are in Westshore. You're close to the Rays Stadium, the George M. Steinbrenner Field, Midtown Tampa, and South Tampa. And you have easy access towards downtown and the beaches. So in this video, we're doing a deep dive into Westshore, and I'm gonna show you exactly where it is, what it's like to actually live here, the home prices, shopping, dining, hotels, traffic, the new developments, and the pros and the cons. So first, where exactly is Westshore? Let's look at the map. Westshore is located western Tampa around Westshore Boulevard, Kennedy Boulevard, I-275, and Tampa International Airport. And this is where the location starts getting really interesting. Tampa International Airport is essentially right next door to the Westshore district. And depending on exactly where you're living, you're generally only about 2 to 5 miles from the airport. You're also close to Raymond James, Midtown Tampa, and South Tampa. Downtown Tampa is roughly 10 minutes away, depending on traffic and exactly when you're starting. And if you're heading towards Clearwater Beach or St. Pete Beach, you're generally looking around 30 minutes or more, depending on traffic. So you're positioned in the middle of a lot of Tampa's major destinations without having to live directly in one of them. And that's the first major advantage of Westshore. Location, you can get to work, get to the airport, go shopping, go to dinner, catch a game, head towards the beach, or go downtown without making every trip a major commute. So why do people prefer Westshore? Westshore is one of Tampa's largest business and commercial districts with major office buildings, hotels, restaurants, retail, entertainment, and services. So if you work in Tampa or if you're relocating here for work, that can make a huge difference because you're close to major employers, the airport, I-275, and some of the city's biggest shopping and entertainment destination. And this is something I want people moving to Tampa to understand. Convenience is part of the luxury. You don't necessarily have to live in the most expensive neighborhood to have access to a luxury lifestyle. If you can get to airport in minutes, walk or drive to shopping and restaurant, get to South Tampa quickly, reach downtown without a long commute, and have major entertainment right around you, that's what makes Westshore so desirable. And if you're new here, welcome back to Tampa Bay, Florida Living. I'm Min, and my team and I from Selection Group help people not only buy and sell real estate, but actually understand where they're moving. Because when you're moving to Tampa, you're not just buying a house, you're choosing a lifestyle. And that's why I always say, we don't just help you buy a house, we help you choose the right neighborhood. Because where you live matters just as much as the home you buy. And that's exactly what we're doing today. We're going beyond the listing photos. We're looking at what it costs, what you can buy, what's around you, what's being developed, what the trade-offs are, and whether Westshore actually fits your lifestyle. Now let's talk about what you probably most curious about. What does it actually cost to live in Westshore? And what kind of property can you get for your money? Westshore isn't one neighborhood with one price point, so the numbers can vary significantly. In the current 2026 market, the Westshore district has had median sale prices around the mid 300s, while current asking prices are closer to the upper $800,000 range. You have a very wide range of real estate here. You can find condos, townhomes, attached properties, older single-family homes, renovated homes, newer construction, and higher-end properties. A condo or townhome can give you access to this location without buying a $1 million house, while larger renovated homes and luxury properties can easily move into the $700,000 to $800,000 and $1 million price range. So don't think of Westshore as a one price point think of it as a range. The property, the type, the size, the condition, HOA, if applicable, the exact location, and that's where Westshore can become attractive for buyers who wants the convenience of Tampa's more expensive areas without paying the price of the more established luxury neighborhoods. Now let's talk about something buyers are curious about. Is Westshore in a flood zone? The answer is, it is, and it depends on the property. Westshore is not one giant flood zone where every home automatically requires a flood insurance. Different properties have different FEMA flood designations, and some are outside the higher risk special flood hazard areas, while others may have higher flood exposure. So you need to check the exact address before buying. And I want you to know the property's flood zone, whether flood insurance is required by the lender, whether the property has a flood history, and whether an elevation certificate is available. And this is especially important in Tampa because your purchase isn't your entire housing cost. You need to consider homeowners insurance, flood insurance if applicable, property taxes, HOA fees, if you're buying a condo or townhome, and maintenance. A beautiful house doesn't look quite beautiful when the insurance bill surprised you. So don't just fall in love with the kitchen. Understand the property. Now let's talk about one of the biggest lifestyle advantages of Westshore, International Plaza and Bay Street. If you enjoy shopping, you're going to recognize some of the names here. You have Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Tiffany and Company, along with Neiman Marcus, Nordstrom, Bloomingdale's, and Dillard's. So if you want designer, fashion, jewelry, beauty, department stores, or upscale shopping, you have it right here. And then there's the dining. You have plenty of restaurants throughout Westshore. You know I'm a vegetarian, and some of my favorite restaurants are Cheesecake Factory, Capitol Grill, Fleming's, and the very popular Eddie V's. You'll find celebrities there like Myron Golden, football and baseball players. You also have Cooper's Hawk, Brazilian Steakhouse, and plenty of other restaurants for different tastes. There's also a cigar lounge where you can sit down, have a cigar, relax, and network and meet people. And then you have Charlie's Steakhouse, a Tampa institution that's relocating directly across from the International Plaza, with the new restaurant expected to open in 2027. So this isn't just a place where you shop once in a while for residents. This could become part of your everyday lifestyle. Westshore also has major concentration of hotels because of its proximity to the Tampa International Airport and the business district. And personally, if you're visiting Tampa, I like the idea of staying in Westshore more than staying in the traditional airport hotel, where you're basically surrounded by airport traffic. But in Westshore, you're close enough to the airport to make it easy travel, but you're also close to South Tampa, the International Plaza, where I'm at right now, Westshore Plaza, restaurants, and entertainment. Depending on where you're staying, you can walk to certain restaurants and businesses. And if you want to go downtown or somewhere farther away, you can take an Uber or Lyft, and you can get there easily. Want to go shopping? You're close. Want to go to the stadium? You're close. Want to go to South Tampa? Super close. Want to catch a flight? You're just minutes away. And that's what makes this location different from simply saying you live near the airport. Let's put all the real estate terminology aside and talk about everyday life. Imagine you live in Westshore and you have a business trip on Tuesday morning. You're not waking up hours before your flight just because you have to cross Tampa to reach the airport. You're already a few miles away. You take the trip, come home Friday afternoon, and you're back in Westshore quickly. Maybe Friday night, you want a nice steak dinner. Saturday, you go shopping at International Plaza. Maybe you're meeting friends for a cigar, Raymond James Stadium. Sunday, you decide, head towards the beach. Monday, you're back at work. That's the Westshore lifestyle. It's not necessarily about having one attraction outside your front door. It's about having a lot of things within reach. And for people who travel frequently, work in Tampa, enjoy dining and shopping, or simply don't want to spend their life commuting, that convenience can be worth a lot. Now, is Westshore walkable? Some parts are, but I would not describe the entire area as highly walkable. There are pockets around major commercial developments where you can walk to restaurants, shopping, and businesses, but Westshore is still a major commercial district, and many residential areas are car dependent. And this is Tampa. We love our sunshine, but when it's 94 degrees and humid, you're carrying shopping bags. Suddenly, your 5-minute walk doesn't sound quite as exciting. So I describe Westshore as convenient rather than completely walkable. And then there's traffic. This is one of the trade-offs. Westshore is busy because people work here, shop here, travel here, and come here for entertainment. Stadium events can make traffic especially heavy. If you want quiet streets, a suburban atmosphere, this may not be your first choice, but if you're willing to trade some traffic for convenience, Westshore is hard to beat. Now let's talk about the beaches. Westshore is not a beach neighborhood, so you're not walking from your house to the Gulf, but getting to the beaches depending on traffic and which beach you're visiting. You're generally looking around 30 minutes or more to places like Clearwater Beach, St. Pete Beach, and yes, traffic can change that dramatically, but here's the advantage. You can live near your work, shop, go shopping, restaurants, and airport while still being close enough to make a beach day part of your lifestyle. You don't have to choose between city convenience and the coast. Now let's talk about what's changing around Westshore, because this is where the story gets even more interesting. Westshore Plaza was sold to Tampa's Base Third Lake Partners, an approximately 54-acre property. This is being looked at for redevelopment in a mixed-use destination. The vision includes potential retail, restaurants, residential, office, medical, recreation, and other services. And that's important because this isn't simply about renovating an old mall. It's about potentially transforming a large property into a place where people can live, work, shop, eat, and spend their free time. Westshore already has the airport, the business district, International Plaza, major transportation access. More mixed-use development could make the area even more connected and active. Now, redevelopment takes time, so I'm not going to promise you exactly when the finished project will look like or when every phase will be completed. But as a buyer, this is something you want to know about because you're not just buying based on what exists today. You're also looking at the direction of the area. Then you have the Tampa Bay Rays proposal. The Rays have pursued a new ballpark on the Hillsborough College Del Mabry campus, directly across Del Mabry Highway from Raymond James Stadium and near George M. Steinberg Field. The proposal includes much more than a baseball stadium, with a potential mixed-use district including housing, retail, restaurant, offices, entertainment, and public spaces. Now, is this stadium a done deal? No. There's still funding approval and other issues that have to be worked out. So I'm not gonna tell you to buy a house because the Rays are coming and your property value is gonna double. But as a buyer, these are the kind of developments you wanna understand, because when you're evaluating an area, you wanna know what's there today and what's potentially coming tomorrow. Now, let's talk about schools. Westshore has schools serving different pockets of the area, including Westshore Elementary, but the exact middle and high school depend on the property address. And I want to emphasize that because school boundaries can change. So we need to verify the exact address and current school assignment. So if you're moving with children, schools should be one of the first things we check before you fall in love with a property. If the school assignment, commute, or overall lifestyle doesn't work for your family, it's probably not the right house. Who is Westshore really best for? I would put professionals who work in Tampa near the top of the list, especially people working around Westshore downtown, the airport corridor, or South Tampa. Frequent travelers are another obvious fit because the airport access is such a major advantage. People who enjoy restaurants, shopping, entertainment, and an active lifestyle will also appreciate the location. And I think it's a particularly good option for people who prioritize convenience over traditional suburban feel. If you want a big backyard, quiet street, and a neighborhood where everybody knows everybody, I can show you other areas. But if you say, I want restaurants, shopping, airport access, highways, entertainment, and South Tampa nearby, and I don't mind some traffic, then Westshore deserves a serious consideration. Now, if you like everything I told you about Westshore, but you're thinking, Min, I want the location, but I want another option when it comes to price and the neighborhood character, this is where I want you to look. Just a little east, West Tampa. West Tampa is just west of downtown Tampa, around areas like Columbus Drive, Tampa Bay Boulevard, Amanium Avenue, Howard Avenue, and Kennedy Boulevard. And it has a completely different personality from Westshore. West Tampa is more historic and residential, but you'll find older Tampa bungalows, historic homes, renovated properties, new construction, townhomes, condos, and multifamily properties. And that's what makes it so interesting for buyers. Tampa's overall median sale price was around $400,000 in 2026, while West Tampa has properties both below and above that, depending on the exact location, size, condition, property type. So you may find an older home that needs renovation, a completely renovated bungalow, newer construction, or a townhome. So if you're looking for value, but don't want to move far outside Tampa just to get it, West Tampa is worth exploring. But again, don't just look at the purchase price. With older homes especially, you need to check the roof, electrical, plumbing, foundation, permits, flood history, elevation, and insurance. And just like Westshore, you cannot label all the West Tampa as either flood zone or not flood zone. Flood risk varies by property, so the exact address needs to be checked. The advantage of West Tampa is that you're still close to downtown, Westshore, Midtown, South Tampa, and the airport, but you're getting more historic character and a different mix of properties. And for the right buyer, this can be a very attractive combination. So Westshore or West Tampa. So now you have two very different options. Westshore is about convenience, business, shopping, dining, airport access, and being surrounded by major amenities. West Tampa is about character, history, central location, and potentially another price point while staying close to everything. If you travel frequently for work, around the airport, or Westshore, love shopping, dining, and want maximum convenience, I look more seriously at Westshore. Now, if you want a more neighborhood character, you're open to older homes, renovated properties, or newer construction mixed into an established area, I put West Tampa on your list. And this is why I don't simply tell people, move to Tampa. I want you to know which part of Tampa actually fits your lifestyle, because this city isn't one lifestyle. It's a collection of very different lifestyles, and the neighborhood you choose can completely change your experience. So there you have it. You've seen West Tampa, you've seen Westshore, and you've seen the International Plaza, and now you see the Westshore Mall. And the bigger question is, what kind of lifestyle are you looking for? Do you want to be minutes from the airport, close to luxury shopping and restaurants, near the stadium, close to South Tampa, positioned in the middle of one of Tampa's biggest business district? Or are you looking for more history, character, another option on the price spectrum while still staying close to everything? And that's where comparing Westshore and West Tampa becomes really interesting. If you're thinking about moving to Tampa and you don't know whether Westshore, West Tampa, South Tampa, Midtown, or another part of Tampa makes sense for you, my team and I with MM Selection Group can help you compare the options, because I don't want you to just buy a beautiful house and discover 6 months later that you hate the neighborhood. That is an expensive mistake. So if you're seriously considering about moving to Tampa, make sure you call, text, and email me and my team. All our contact information is in the description below. And if you're planning to move to Tampa, make sure you subscribe to the channel because I'm going neighborhood by neighborhood so you can make a smarter decision before you move. I'm Min with Selection Group. And remember, we don't just help you buy a house. We help you choose the right neighborhood because where you live matters just as much as the home you buy. So thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next. Bye.